Testing, testing. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. If you are not familiar with the Den, the Den is the best conversation on the entire internet whenever it happens. But I'm your host, Ed Honcho, man. I thank you for being here. Got a lot to talk about tonight. But before we get into all the craziness, before we get into one of those situations where we got to take that trip down memory lane, right? We got joining us. I don't know, the timing is odd. And I don't know if I got the update because I changed. Well, I guess I should have posted on social media, but I changed the time a couple of hours ago, so I don't know if the thing went through. Let me know if the sound, if I have an issue with the sound for some reason. It's like it's might be janky. I guess I should open up the thing so I can see. All right. all right. Let's see if we can stop by and let's get into some good conversation. Man, the lovely Miss K. Grace. Shout out to John from New York. Shout out to Miss Sarah. DeMarkey. Stephen Rose, what's the motherfucking deal? Beyond a funny nigga, what's the motherfucking deal? Miss Bell, how are you doing this evening? Say turn up a little bit more. Turn up, nigga. All right. Shit, hold on. Maybe I need to do it like so. How about that? Is that better? Does that work better for you? Yeah, there. I got some of my eye. Let's see what's happen. See, you listen to people instead of doing your own thing. See, if I'd have left that there, I would have knocked that little dust or whatever the hell was on that shit. And the dust got in my eye. And I can't see. That's your fault. Anyway, beyond funny nigga, what's the motherfucking deal? Infinity. I guess retired from pimping. What's the motherfucking deal? So, like I was saying, man, DMX died, and I want to get into that. I do. But before I get into that, because that's like a multi-layered thing. Kenneth, what's the motherfucking deal, man? But like I said, it's a multi-layered thing with DMX, right? It's like, I don't know, man, right? I just don't know. But I'll get to that in a minute. But I want to get into something. We talked briefly about it, I think, the other day. But I want to talk about Charles Barkley, right? And the statement he made. And just how people were responding. And I don't understand how just such a simple statement, you know what I'm saying? A response had people really upset, had people really feeling some particular kind of way. Looking like the fucking laws in the fucking room. Feeling a particular kind of way about, how he felt about something. And I particularly kind of agreed with what he said. If you didn't see it, give me a second. I'm going to put it up. 17, what's the motherfucking deal? And I'm going to let y'all hear it for yourselves. Not sure how I got this shit set up.
Shared that news, how painful it was.
Yeah, but the one thing I took out of that piece was, man, I think most white people and black people are great people. I really believe that in my heart. But I think our system is set up where our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, are designed to make us not like each other so they can keep their grasp of money and power. They divide and conquer. I truly believe in my heart most white people and black people are awesome people. But we're so stupid following our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats. And their only job is, hey, let's make these people not like each other. We don't live in their neighborhoods. We all got money. Let's make the whites and blacks not like each other. Let's make rich people and poor people not like each other. Let's scramble the middle class. I truly believe that in my heart.
The fuck? I done mute myself. That's crazy. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. I say so. Yeah. Damn. I'll shout out to Ken. And I don't want to shout you out again, Ken, but I appreciate the love that you've been a member now. I said some fancy stuff. I was saying I agree with Barkley, but in the middle of that, I thought about this story. I forgot that I want to share with y'all about how crazy black women are. And I'm saying how much I love black women, but good God, they're crazy. And I was thinking out loud that I should do a segment every stream about how crazy black women are in the simplest way. But when I show y'all this shit, I'll be like, what the fuck? How is this even a thing? But I want to talk about Barkley, man. And what he said. And I agree. I agree that politicians, like if politicians fix problems, then they work themselves out of a job, right? Like then there would be no need for, like, if they actually resolved issues, then, you know, there wouldn't be all this bigger, like you wouldn't see the things that are going, they would be mild stuff that we'd be talking about. Well, you know, for some reason, the fucking birds keep shit. Like we worry about like stupid shit, like because the major problems would be resolved. And in reality, these things could be resolved, but you got people on both sides who know that again, if you solve these problems, then you're out of a job. Look at this pandemic, whatever situation, however you look at it, whatever. I don't really care. And how fast, quote unquote, solutions occurred, right? Like we're talking about situations any other time that take years, 2 or 3, 5 years, maybe a decade or so to resolve or to figure out. And all of a sudden, in 10 months, you know, you get a solution to some shit, or a couple of days, you know, you find resolutions to shit. A few weeks, you find resolutions to shit. So again, these people don't want to do that. We're going to talk real honestly about DMX here in just a minute. And I'm probably not going to like myself for all the stuff I'm going to say, but I'm going to be 100%, 98% honest about DMX. But again, like I said, so we're just at a point now where it's a game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's people on both sides are full of shit. Y'all saw Pete Buttigieg in the fake bike ride. You know what I'm saying? It's like all kind of crazy stuff. Like here's my deal. We're gonna talk about that. But like I said, it's just they're all bullshitters, right? And they just I don't know, man. Like they're all full of fucking shit. And they got people in a way now that I don't know, man. Like I never thought it would be a thing that you got people out here showing off vaccine cards and doing like weird shit. Like I don't know if it's the need for attention on social media, which I think that's really driving it more than anything. Hey, look, I'm doing the same thing as everybody else, trending, and or really giving a fuck, or having really being brainwashed, like into believing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, bro. Like I have no earthly idea, right? And it's like it's bothering me. So it's just to a point where what do you do? What do you do? Because now it's not even about politics anymore. It's like about just being a part of something. Because people who are so deeply entrenched in this us versus them mentality, you have to create an enemy. You know what I'm saying? We have to create an enemy, a unified enemy that, hey, we hate this group of people. We hate this thing. Come stand over here with me. I'm going to lead you in the battle against this thing. And then we're going to, we're going to win and life is going to be better. But like in reality, like when has your life got better? Shonda, how are you doing this evening, ma'am? Hope all is well. So that's what I tell people. Like I'm always telling people, like, man, you got to try to. What I got to do here? So I don't know if I'm dropping frames or what is it. No, I don't know what's going on. I had planned to do some more streams this week, but like my shit fried. Like my shit just it went kerplunk, You know what I'm saying? And I revived it a couple of times, but then it kind of we were just not cooperating. So that led me to saying, all right, I'm just going to go replace this part. I'm going to do the stream. It's going to be all good. And my favorite electronics store, I find out, no longer exists. COVID killed my favorite electronics store. So that's the politics and the bullshit that these people in their little ivory towers. And again, like I said, let me jump back to the politics thing. Remind me, I'll finish this Fry story. Because that's another thing with these politics. We talk about how fast shit gets done. When they were telling you go do this and go do that and go, burn shit down and go march on people's places. But as soon as you did that to them, you saw how quickly that law enforcement was utilized. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you see how the standards are different when they get caught up in things versus when normal people get caught up in? Do you see how the standards are different? Like, people at some point have to be tired of that, right? But, there's no punishment for them as long as you guys keep bickering amongst yourselves because we'll keep you, distracted and entertained. I wonder why this thing keeps saying it's overloaded, but it's not dropping any frames or anything. Y'all let me know if anything's going on. If it's looking janky, I guess I should be able to pull the chat up to see that. But so finish up the Fry story. So Fry's electronics, right? Favorite fucking store. Closed. Corona killed it. Just thanks a lot, right? I wasn't really impacted by the Rona until this point. So let me see what's going on. Look at my settings. But yeah, man. So it's what you want to do there, guys? I don't think there's a thing for me to change. I guess it's fine. Anyway, so I get a reference to this place, right? From actually some folks from the sauce. And so I'm like, this can't be as good as Fry's. We'll just go check it out. So I go into this place, and I'm not gonna advertise this place. Just not. So after I go in this place, I realized that there's like a lot of very interesting, a lot of good stuff in this place, and I really like it. It's a really neat place. And so, oh, I see what's going on here. I see what's happening. And so I end up doing a little bit more than initially planned, and yeah, I spent more than planned. And so I ended up basically almost building a brand new rig. So hopefully things are acting right. But something I can tell is something's not acting right. I don't know what it is, but I figured it out. But anyway, so there's that. But Charles Barkley, politicians, I have no issue with that. I don't think there's a problem with that. I completely agree with what he said. Let's talk about DMX, right? Let's talk about DMX and that whole situation over there. I was a DMX fan from very young. And I remember, I won't say it was one of my first CDs, but you understand I was raised Jehovah's Witness. So for a long time, it was hard to pilfer the goods. And then back then, they actually used to, you couldn't just stream shit. You actually had to go in places and buy things. So occasionally, clerks checked IDs and things like that. Whatever. or you could go do this whole ass shit that I did not realize. Like, I think I made this mistake like 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 times before. It was more than 2. It was definitely more than 2 times. Before I realized what was going on. Like, I don't know if it's changed. Well, nobody buys CDs, period, now. But I made the mistake of buying CDs fucking Walmart. Hit that like button. If you ain't hit that like button. We 18 deep with 11 likes. Some of y'all ain't hit that like button. I'm gonna tell my mom. But I made a mistake of buying CDs from Walmart. And Walmart, if you didn't know, used to be a good, wholesome, healthy place. And they had all the CDs fucking edited. And that shit was terrible. So yeah, I didn't know that at the time. Then that's when you used to have to go to places like Sam Goody or what's the name of that place? It's gonna hit me in a second. No, you had to actually like go physically buy shit, right? So you couldn't just sneak shit. But anyway, it's dark and hell is hot. Love that fucking CD though. And you know, the DMX situation actually had to make me, you know, think about what I was saying about the Lil Nas X thing. And I still stand on it because when you grow, you should learn. I mean, you should learn, you should grow. You should you should learn as you grow. And when I was young, I didn't know what the fuck I was listening to. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize, you know, what was going on. I just enjoyed the fucking music. But now, you know, I know some of the shit that was going on there, I probably wouldn't entertain, right? And so knowing this now, I wouldn't let my kid or kids or somebody else's children, if I happen to be in custody of them or in charge of them or in guardianship, whatever, watch that fucking Lil Nas X. Don't send me a cat and watch your goddamn kids. But I used to really enjoy DMX's music. Fucking hold on. I'm terrible. You know my memory's terrible. But let me see. I think there was X was a good one that I thoroughly enjoyed. Had some good songs on there. Rough Riders Anthem. Everybody knew that song. Slippin', great song. I mean, just the thing about DMX, man, was that one, I guess people always like hearing somebody going through more shit than they're going through, right? That makes them feel a little bit better about themselves. But he had a way of touching certain emotions and feel like, I mean, it was really, really, really fucking raw, right? But let's talk about that because there's a dichotomy when we talk about DMX, right? And you're talking about, well, what are you talking about, Honcho? Well, what I'm saying is DMX also said some very wild things, right? DMX also said some stuff that was, you know what I'm saying? Like, just people just like, huh, you know? And I don't care, right? Doesn't make me feel any particular way. But what's going to happen here really soon, mark my motherfucking words, it's already happening. This is why I said people are already trying to cancel DMX. People who may not have listened to his music, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go back and listen to it. What made him so great? Let me listen. And they're going to go through with a fine tooth comb, right? And when they do, woo, it's not going to be good. People are going to be like, there's going to be a generational rift because of DMX, right? Kids are going to be like, what kind of shit were y'all listening to? But they can't say nothing. Y'all listen to terrible. Ooh, the youth, y'all listen to terrible shit. Y'all got so much technology in the music. It's just, oh my God, it's fucking terrible. Oh God. But anyway, but that was DMX, the man in the music. But DMX, the person, by most people's accounts, was a great dude. You see him, seemed like a genuine person, had one of the greatest Christmas Carol renditions of all time. You know what I mean? Just, you know, it's just, it's very unfortunate because you could tell that he was a man that was definitely fighting demons, that was definitely dealing with issues, right? And he kind of had put that shit out there for everybody to see. You know, it just kind of was what it was, being in a celebrity life. I mean, this is a guy at one point where if you would have had a conversation about, you know, who was hotter, who made better music, Jay-Z or DMX, well, you know, you'd have a significant portion of people, if not a lot more people, saying fucking DMX. So that's my thing, right? And so that's what I'm trying to tell people is just that you have to be aware, right? You have to pay attention to what's going on. So I know some people said something about and possibly taking some of the justice juice, right? Because you will not get justice until you get juiced up with that bullshit. And then, clocking out a few days later, right? I don't know about that, so I'm not going to confirm that, neither here nor there. I'm not going to say that. I don't even know if that's the right phone number at the bottom of the screen. I'm being honest with you. Like, I know there was a phone number last time, but I changed a bunch of settings. And I don't even know if that's the right phone number. Anyway, we'll figure it out in a minute. We always work this stuff together, right? So Polo G, that sounds, I'm just not even with that. Romeo. What's going on, Romeo? What's the Marquis doing? Did I get Marquis' race back? Shouldn't have. Do something terrible to Mark so I can take it away. Yes, you're welcome for the two dreadlocks. The Dirty Bass Strangler, Sam Goody. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, shit was. What was the other one? What was it? FYE? Something. There's a lot of little stores, dog, and we were getting ripped the fuck off. Okay, like people were getting ripped. I mean, it is what it is, right? It just is what it is, man. The Zoom thing, you should be able to call in. It's like I said, you should be able to call from the number. I gotta figure out because whatever this is doing is making the frame skip like crazy. But there's a thing that you can do. You can call in somehow, some way, and we'll figure it all out. Like I said, we'll figure it out. D the Gamma, how are you doing this evening, ma'am? But yeah, so it's a wild deal. But yeah, like I said, but anyway, DMX. So he said a lot of stuff. So is he the guy in the music that said some wild stuff that, also the same guy in that music that showed a vulnerable side, talking about the problems that he had, growing up with addiction and other issues, I'm sure. Like, who is it that you're looking at? Is it the man who is, seemed, in my opinion, had made some remarkable shit? DMX did some crazy shit. Like, one time I believe, and he was caught driving around like an airport trying to impersonate a fucking federal officer. Like some crazy, just crazy stuff, man. And it's just goes to show you that money doesn't mean everything. How you use your money. So yeah, it's very, I'm not judging that man at all, man. Like, I'm just talking about, like, how is he viewed? Because people are digging stuff up. They're already running through the archives. Let me find one. I saved one from earlier that I wanted to go over. No, those are Deshaun Watson case notes. That's also something else to talk about. No, that's not it. That's what these bitches want from a nigga. Ah, yes, here we go. These are some of the lyrics from DMX. Now, again, I'm just reading. Fucking Sarah. We'll read those two. All right. So, a verse from a particular DMX song. So, man, cats don't know what it's gonna be. Fucking with a nigga like me. B to the M to the X. Last I heard, y'all niggas was having sex with the same sex. I show no love to homo thugs. Empty out, reload, and throw more slugs. How you gonna explain fucking a man? Even if we squash the beef, I ain't touching your hand.
Wow.
The love is great. As you see, Ms. Grace has highlighted the background green with the lovely super chat. I appreciate it. One dreadlock. I believe I have one in stock just for you, ma'am. I don't fuck with chumps. For those who've been to jail, that's the cat with the Kool-Aid on his lip and pumps. I don't fuck with niggas that think they broads. I only know how to be one way. That's the dog. I know how to get down, know how to bite. Bark very little, but I know how to fight. Like how to chase it. I know how to chase a cat up in a tree. Man, I give y'all niggas the business for fucking with me. Is you crazy? Yes, I try to read that in my most proper protocol reporter reading voice. So yeah, some of those words may not be considered appropriate these days, right? Like people will have a fit if you said some shit like that. Like there's a lot of shit you can't do anymore. And we'll have to talk about that soon too. Like we just gotta like they should divide the country up, right? And the country should be like, this is my new proposal. Right? This is my new proposal. Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm gonna divide the country up into sections. Okay. And in those sections, like you have like a certain time period you kind of live in. And so like there'll be a kind of like 50 sections for people who just kind of want to stay in that era. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a certain generation you kind of have to like wipe them out because you have to kind of keep it going. But then like the people who like enjoyed like the 90s, people are fucking wearing fucking dookie braids and fucking cross colors and shit like that. Like there'll be an area of the country where people still just kind of have that mentality and that lifestyle. And matter of fact, you can even keep that technology. You know what I'm saying? You still get on AOL, you get all the AOL discs. And see what happens with this, like hear me out though. This is live shit. What happens with this is, yeah, every 10 years, like that section of the country has to move ahead a decade. So maybe you can go back up to fucking 50 years, right? Half a century. And so like when your kids on that bullshit, you never knew how I had it. You just send them back fucking 50 years. You know what I'm saying? Like you just send them back fucking 50 years. They can live the life that you live. So then that way you don't have to tell them like, oh, you never knew how hard it was. They be like, yeah, the fuck I did. You sent me to go on vacation with grandma and them, you know what I'm saying? And they live in the fucking 50s. So like, dog, I'm telling y'all, this is just my whole, I'm going on a tangent, right? So anyway, no, but the thing about it is, the reason why I'm saying this is because I wish that you could have things the way that they were. I don't like now. Like, I like the technology from now, but I want to play by like 90s. I don't want to play by 80s. 80s rule was full of crack. Like, niggas was trying to be black empowered in the 90s. They was doing that shit wrong. You know, and I ain't really tripping on that, neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? But the 90s, like, that would be the era. I want to play by like life by 90s. Well, I want the now technology, not the vaccine, but the I want the fucking the internet and all that shit. Like I'll take the phones. This shit here is cool, but I want to play my life by like 90s rules. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Oh man, what is going on in here? Is there a rage, an angry person? This is the greatest stuff ever. That's all the rest of those messages. Boo boo. Yes, all those things. Um, that's unfortunate. I don't know how he went on a rage. She's going on a tangent. She's going crazy. It's white depression. But um, but yeah, man. So like, you can't say these things. Figure out what the hell is going on over here. What in the hell is going on here? Heidi's finally lost it. I think she's finally snapped. I think it's finally broken, Heidi. Yeah. So, yeah. So, why? See, damn it. See, now all in the middle of stuff. Now I gotta do stuff. And then I gotta. See, now he's making me do work. God damn it. Black people were winning in the 90s. He's going on a rampage. Now I gotta fucking.
People were winning in the 1990s. Hashtag Oriental James not guilty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm gonna play life by 90s rules. I'm gonna fucking take away Heidi's goddamn administrative privileges. I gotta do fucking work because I gotta go actually go on the thing. She ain't posting no fucking messaging. So I can't just click the damn button. It's terrible. But yeah, man, fucking. No, I'm not watching the Falcon. I don't want to watch TV though. I don't watch the fucking Falcon and the Winter. I don't want to watch any side Marvel anything, right? I want fucking real Marvel movies, big fucking super fights, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, I don't care about. Like I just finished watching fucking Godzilla and shit, right? I don't care about none of the side shit that they try to make happen. Just show me super fights. That's it. That's all. I just want to watch big fucking super fights, right? And then that's it. Stop Asian hate. Yes, stuff. Oh, we have to stop Asian hate, Ron Isley. And then you disappeared from your own show last week. You're talking about opening up the line and then you disappeared. You're very impatient. I gotta do stuff. Yeah, I was talking about those lyrics. But yeah, anyway. I went on my whole country tangent about how different places in the country should be fucking sectioned off by the years, right? So, and yeah, I had a good old story going on that Heidi came and ruined it. Yeah, by different segments of the country, right? And so then, like, yeah, so then we can send your kids back and tell them, like, yeah, you ain't have to go through what I went through. I think Heidi's finally lost it. I think Heidi has finally snapped. But appreciate the nice shade of blue. Thank you for the super chat, Heidi. I don't know. All the pressure's finally broken, Heidi. But like I said, we're getting back to it though. I want to play by 90s rules because is the thing fucking all the way talking? Is it like, are y'all hearing it speak? Am I just about tripping and it's not? I don't have the fucking shit on. Right. Look, players be fucking up. Yeah, y'all know I have not been streaming consistently enough. So, you know, I'll be forgetting shit and fucking shit up. But I'm gonna try to stream I'm gonna get the sauce in sometime this weekend, but tomorrow evening and probably Sunday too. We'll see. Maybe early Sunday. We'll see. I'll get some streams in. Like I said, I want to get back to a little bit more regularly scheduled programming. Okay, yeah, Friday. I fucking yeah, I didn't have the thing properly on there. Barely. But so because now everything's soft, like you can't listen to music like this. You know what I'm saying? You can't jam stuff like this, right? So or not in the mainstream at least. And it's just like this shit gets you canceled. Speaking of getting canceled, Deshaun Watson has gotten canceled from everything. It's a terrible, terrible situation that guy's in. Come on, take the money and run. Hey, it's Friday not. It's Friday not. Look, I didn't see the quiz, right? But here's the thing, like I got some shit I can say that I've been wanting to say for a long time about a certain thing. And it's just, I know if I say it, people will be like, huh? Well, now, I could say it now and nobody would care, right? But if I'd have said it back then when I really originally kind of noticed it, people would have vilified me. But now if I say that, I'm like, oh, you're just saying it now just because, so it don't really matter. Yeah, it's looking very, very, very smooth. This tie right here gives me superpowers. All right. This tie, this tie has a calming effect on white women. You don't believe me? Ask Miss Bell how relaxed she is right now. Very relaxed. Anyway, you can't make up lyrics like this anymore. You can't say stuff like this anymore and be in a mainstream song that gets like radio play. Like it's over. So my deal is I'd like to go back to the time when it was okay to say whatever you want to. I do not have an Apple Watch. This is the same old Fitbit that I've been having. I need to upgrade my Fitbit though. I need to get I want to get that fucking Galaxy, but I don't know how good it is as far as fitness shit. I've heard mixed reviews, but yeah, but you can't say stuff like this anymore. See, it sounded like some upside. I know my fucking ears like stuffy. I feel like I got water. It's fucking bothering me. I'm trying to be straight with it. But anyway, like I said, with DMX, I want to talk about his legacy. I want to talk about yeah, the government vaccine tracker. But I want to talk about his legacy. So what I want to talk about tonight when we take calls, I want to know how you feel about it. I want to know what you think. Like, was his legacy tarnished? Was he a reformed person? And how do you look at other people in that situation? You know, if somebody did a lot of terrible things early on in their life, and then at some point they decide, hey, you know what? I fucked up. I want to turn around. I want to do better. Do you judge them as the person that they are now, or do they have to do so much in your eyes to atone for the bad they did? Or is it simply just a decision to say, hey, I fucked up. I need to do better than what I was doing and trying to be better? Like, in your opinion, and ultimately, we're all human beings who our judgments don't matter. But in your opinion, as a personal thing, what do you think it takes for someone to have been reformed in society's eyes, right? Or to have, well, then I'm not saying that we're judging DMX necessarily. I'm just saying that he's put his problems out on Front Street, and I think it made people look at things differently. Max, this thing keeps fucking skipping. Like, on y'all's end, like, is it skipping every so often? Maybe every 8 to 12 seconds or so? Or like moving like just a little bit slower, in your opinion? Because for some reason on my end, it's at like every little bit it does like a little, probably more than that, maybe a little bit more than 8 to 12 seconds. Okay, I wonder why. All right, but I also want to read one more batch of lyrics before I the line. We can take some calls and we can talk about how wonderful Mr. DMX was, in my opinion. I think he's just a guy that just had a hard life. I don't know. I know people said, you know, that he did some drugs and that's why he was. I'm gonna tell you the problem I had though. Before I read this verse, because I want to take calls right after this. I'm gonna tell y'all the problem that I did have with how the situation's handled, and how I have this problem with like a lot of situations. Is when somebody dies, especially when they're like they're basically being assisted by the machine. I don't even know a lot of it. Like, and your brain dead. We know it's a wrap after that. Chance, like, I know people want to hold out hope. Like, we've all seen fucking miracle movies and shit like that. But some people already know. If I clock out, like, don't fucking revive me, bro. Just, it's a wrap. It's it. Like, it's just, like, don't keep trying to bring me back. Like, that's like a you thing. Like, that has like, you're not doing me any favors. That's a you just don't want to let go situation. So it's like, man, don't be playing with my body. Don't be trying to fucking resuscitate me when it's a wrap. Like, just move on. You know what I'm saying? But you get a lot of people who will do that shit. They'll keep trying to revive for whatever reason. And it's just like, man, I get it though. Everybody handles their shit differently. That's just the way I look at it. Because it's like, I know emotions are running high. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, oh yeah, they want definitely want to cancel DMX. But see, you know, feminists shouldn't want to cancel DMX. They should want to promote DMX because DMX was a promoter of women. Okay, and this next little verse I'm going to read proves just that. Then I'll figure out which one of these numbers is the right one. If not, I'll just put the link to join the conversation in the chat. There was Brenda, Letitia, Linda, Felicia, Dawn, LaShawn, Inez, and Alicia. Teresa, Monica, Sharon, Nikki, Lisa, Veronica, Aaron, Vicky. Cookies. Well, I met her in an ice cream parlor. Tanya, Diane, Lori, and Carla. Marina, Selena, Katrina, Sabrina. About 3 Kims, LaToya, and Tina. There was Shelly, Bridget, Cavi, Rashida. What the fuck, Rashida? What the fuck is Rashida? Well, we got to explain it. That was right around her age and her stomping ground. Somebody need to find Rashida. We need to figure out what the fuck going on. That's about her territory too. We need to figure. Anyway, we'll get back to that. We're gonna circle that. We're gonna come back to that. Kelly, Nicole, Angel, Juanita. There was Stacy, Tracy, Rona and Rhonda, Donna, Yolanda, Tawana, and Wanda. We're all treated fairly. See? Treated fairly. He was all about fairness for women. The feminists should love DMX. Okay? He was all about equality and fairness for women. That's what they're out here preaching, right? That's what they're out here seeking. That's what the women are. DMX was he was probably one of the first rappers to be so woke, to put that out there in the music. You know, nobody was thinking about that, treating women fairly back then. And in an era where misogyny was running rampant, he just said it right there. We're all treated fairly, right? So anyway, there's my spill on that. But yet and still, bitches is on some other shit. Now that I'm fucking with Drew Hill. But I'm going to keep it real. What the fuck you want from a nigga? What the fuck you want from a nigga? See, you know, women are often there doing this thing, say her name, and, you know, acknowledge the women. You know what? He said all the names. And then after that, he talked about fairness. In a verse on a mainstream album that probably sold millions. This was a hit song. You know, he knew what platform he had, and he talked about women's equality when it wasn't cool to do so. So all you feminists go lick on that. Anyway, the truth, views of Phoenix. Only one. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Pause, pump the brakes here. Pause, pump the brakes.
I'd like to purchase another dreadlock so Sarah and I can be twins.
I got you. I got multiple. I got plenty for you. Appreciate the love, Miss K. Grace. Yes, only one lie. I'm pretty sure I've talked about you badly at some point in time. You just up and disappeared on us. How dare you? But I do hope all is well. I do hope that things are good for you. It's good to see you. Because it's been a minute. Was it pre-Rona? Or it's been a while. So I hope all is well with you. But yes. Now, before we move forward and I open up the lines, I do want to say one more thing about this song. Let's not just dismiss the fact that Cisco randomly sang out that I'm going to be a nigga for life. Like, just, I mean, I know it was his part of the song, but it was just, what? What, Cisco? What is going on? What are you talking about right now? You know what I'm saying? So, Yeah, it was just it was a very interesting song. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about the struggle. Uh yeah, I have no idea. I heard that name somewhere. I have no idea who he is. Yes. Um but yeah, man, like I said, it's just it was all about equality. It was all about being woke, way back when the shit was not cool. Uh I don't know any of these things. I don't know these people you speak of, German. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna open up the thing. We're gonna figure the thing out, and then once we figure the thing out, we're gonna talk about it. Oh, see, y'all almost let me forget. You know what? Y'all are bad people. Y'all are very bad people. And I'm gonna actually. I'm like trying to figure out this technology. I had some shit to where the phone would connect directly to the thing, and I was gonna do it like that. It might work though. Let me see. I want to show y'all no crazy shit. Y'all need to see. Um, let's just do it the safe way. Yeah, so I told you I was going to tell you how crazy black women are, right? This is a thing. Y'all think that niggas just be tripping and just saying shit like, you hear it often when black people say, "Oh, we're the most hated group," and all these little crazy things. You got to understand why some of this stuff is happening. Oh, my shit's already connected. Um, you gotta understand why this stuff is happening to you, right? Like you gotta understand why this stuff is happening to you. Please let me just do it. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. He didn't want to let me do that. How do you do that? Don't send me that right now. Okay. Okay, I got that. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool. Um, yeah, that's not right. Uh, hold on one second. Shit should be, you would think with all this fucking technology, you just be able to just mentally just move everything. My head's big enough that I should be able to just, you know, mind meld. Just, I gotta show y'all this shit. I thought this was fucking crazy as shit. Y'all really gotta see this. I'm just gonna do it the fucking easy way. None of these ways are easy. I keep saying the fucking easy way. And my fucking phone's about to die. This is a race against time. We're not winning. Um, son of a gun. Okay. And there's one more. But I forgot where I put the one. Trust me, it's gonna be worth it. Kinda. A little bit. See, like I did this thing and I started sorting out all of my files for some reason. And now I don't know where I put stuff. Nope, that's not it. And I gotta find this last part because it makes the whole story. Okay, here it is. All right. Thank you for being patient. Trust me, it's gonna be worth it. Now I gotta put this same fucking drive shit. I gotta do all this just to open it up on my fucking computer and open up this fucking folder. And it's even in here. That'd be real annoying if it's not in here. Okay, okay, here it is. Yeah, this is something I probably should have had set up prior to everything. All right. Yeah, I got it. That's cool. No, delete files, all that stuff. All right. Now, finally, let Charles Barkley say what he had to say. Now I have to show you this interaction that took place on Twitter. And now, let's do an image. Right. Initially, it started off saying, where's the first part? I believe this, yeah, this is the first part right here. All right. Or this is actually not the first part, but this is. All right. So the dude posted, right? So I just told my mom and sister about this. And they said, we don't even like the smell of hair grease. And he said, you can't say shit on Twitter. Now, this is how personally women take it. So these are two pictures here, right? And so I'm going to show you each of the pictures and give you a little bit more context into the story. So now I think which picture's first? That's the second picture. All right, this is the first picture. All right. This is the first picture, or the interaction, right? You can't see the thing, but I'll make it big enough so you can kind of understand what's going on here, right? All right, so this woman, a black woman, as you can see, retweets this, talking about and this, talking about niggas are being negative about black women. When he said, what's your biggest issue with black women, right? This man said, the smell of hair grease. Nothing about personality, nothing about size, nothing about attitude, nothing about any of this stuff. And he talked about, and this. So she got upset with this. And so he replies that I don't like the smell. And he says, niggas really hate us, but have the audacity to gaslight that girl. Because he said he doesn't like the smell of hair grease, right? And these are more women responding. And just to conclude this last part. Now, maybe, let me know if I'm wrong. I'm going to get back and see in the chat in a second. Now, is it that rude to say you don't like the smell of hair grease? I didn't know that was a no-go, but, maybe I'm missing something. Hey, what happened to the fucking shit? Oh, must have scooted up to the... All right, it's going to get ugly for a second, but I promise I'm going to fix it. All right, there we go. All right. So then he replied to that girl that he doesn't like grease. And she replies, it's okay. You're not the only black man to hate the culture existence of black women. And you won't be the last. Because he said he doesn't like the smell of hair grease. This man is committed, sins against black women. It's a terrible situation. Now, me personally, I think it was blown a bit out of proportion. Am I wrong? Am I missing something? If I am, please enlighten me about what's going on. All right, so Miss Sarah. My Town Trio, what's the motherfucking deal? Say X is my day too, nigga. Terrible. Well, I guess it's okay. I don't know what happened on day one, but the second go around. I agree, 17. I definitely agree. I don't like the smell of burnt hair. Hair should just smell clean. He said there's at least 10 million Chinese bioposes in America just start. So that I hope so. That makes it entertaining for me. Now that Trump is 10 million tweets in himself. Like his energy, his Twitter energy created that type of shit. Like now that that's gone, and you got fucking presidents and vice presidents who can't walk up the fucking stairs and shit going on. I mean, it's just not entertaining. It's not the same. Not the same. I enjoyed the fucking comedy. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. It should smell like I think like there's smells of certain products, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think none of that shit should be like overwhelming. Like it should never get to a point where like I can smell that shit over everything else. Like the smell of your fucking hair. Um, that's terrible, right? It's disgusting. But, you know, it just yeah, old weave is terrible. That's very disgusting. Um and who was that? Gorilla Glue Girl, real quick. I know I said I'm like I've been ranting for about an hour, right? Well, it's all good. Y'all ain't gonna call no way, so I'm gonna rant. We'll see if somebody calls it. It'll be all right. Then we'll have you know what I want to do? You know what I want to do? Tonight in the Discord. I don't know if Miss Sarah's still here, she caught out yet. Tonight in Discord, it's been a while. Because like I said, I want to get back to getting more regular and getting back into the streaming. Tonight in the Discord, karaoke. Okay. Even if nobody else is going to karaoke, I'm going to karaoke. Because it's my job to get the den back live again, right? It's been dead. It's been off and on. I know I have not been timely with it. We're going to get this back right. Like I said, now that I got the new rig up, I ain't got to worry about that shit anymore. It's time to have fun in the den again. I told you that was the thing. Like the den got way too serious. You know what I'm saying? Like the den got like, it's fun. Like one, we got too nice and too serious. You know what I'm saying? Like the den used to be a fucking snake pit. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you come in, the motherfuckers is getting on you, know, like don't know you from nobody, right? You just say hello and motherfucker gets piece of shit, and then it's over with, right? And then motherfucking me, you have now everybody is buddy. Everybody's friends. Y'all out here sending each other gifts and Christmas cards. Shame on you people. I can't believe this community has become so friendly. No, it's a good thing. I actually think it's really dope though. But it's time to get it back live like it was. Like, you know, but I'm not gonna lie. If you're not in the Discord and you haven't been in the Discord up until this point, you've probably missed the best of the den, because it's a big difference when den folk actually get to interact with each other unbridled. No phone lines, no none of that. Boy, let's just definitely say we've seen some very interesting sides of each other, myself included, right? Myself included. So I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but the Discord is where it goes down, and I got to get the Discord live again too. But the only thing about the Discord is like the reason why I'm not in there all day like I had been is because if I spend too much time in there, then I'm not gonna want to stream. So I'm gonna be like, well, shit, I talked all day. So now because I want to get back to regular streaming, so you know, I'll probably just do Discord after the streams, kind of like that. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all, you know what? I don't give a shit for y'all. You know what? Because none of y'all are gonna call it. But I'll open the thing. If somebody really does want to call it, I will open up the line. But talk shit. I'm gonna talk shit. It's Friday. It's fucking Friday, or it used to be. Well, we used to be talking dirty after dark Friday. And like something like the den, like it used to be. And the way we used to do it then, it just used to be whatever, right? So that's how we're gonna do it. One, I'm working on getting a new den logo. Right. It's time to. I need something that captures more of the personality of the den, right? So there's that. We'll get that. But for those of you, one, let me see real quick. Who is a regular? Who's in the chat right now? Who's in the chat that's a regular in the Discord? Put a 1 if you are. Put a 0 if you're not. Because I want to see if the right people are in here to have this conversation. I know, oh, Shonda, the den is not about the love. Outside of the streams, oh, there's very little love in the den. Now I've come to find out there is no love in the den. As a matter of fact, it is the den. I am super surprised. The Discord compared to just like from phone calls and things. Really? We don't have too many regulars in here this evening. Okay, but good. We can talk about their ass. Good. That's what they get for not being here. I'm gonna be honest. The biggest surprise of the Discord The biggest surprise of the Discord, of anybody in the entire Discord, to me, and I think it's easy if you've been in there. Yeah, Discord people. Well, I think it's easy. It's an easy one, or the most surprised side that I've seen of somebody out of everybody in the Discord. It's a pretty easy one. Who would you say, Miss Grace? You're a regular in the Discord. You keep up with the happenings. Who do you think would be the most surprising individual in the Discord compared to how you view them, maybe listening to them on stream? Yeah, it used to have a phone. I mean, well, that's what I'm saying. If y'all gonna call, if y'all gonna call, I'll open up the line if I can figure out how to work this phone number. Just call my partner at this number, man. He got you. Let's try this number. I think this number works. Let's do this one. Don't call that number. Don't call the number that's on the screen. That number be lying. That's my partner number. That ain't my number. Let's try this number. I'm making some number up. I'm just having y'all calling anybody. Yeah, can I call into the den? Who the fuck is this? It's Terry house. See, let me talk to Terry then. Where that nigga at? Oh shit, ain't nothing. Just chilling. Boop. All right, there we go. Live in action. So the number will come back across the screen in a second. And that way, if somebody wants to call in and share some thoughts, DMX or otherwise, you can do that. But in the meantime, the most surprising individual, you're on the Zoom. Are you in the Zoom meeting? Because I don't even know if the meeting thing, the thing is open. See, that's what I'm telling you. I don't even know how to use this shit. Hold on. I got a whole Zoom meeting supposed to be going down. I ain't even in the Zoom meeting. Where's that? Oh, boop. Yeah, I'm supposed to be in this. See, yeah, I wasn't even in my own damn Zoom meeting. But the link should be in the thing. I put the link in the description. If you want to join via Zoom, via the link, and you can, I think you do it through your phone too. You should be able to hit the link that's in the description. And then if not, I think you can use that phone number. That phone number is going to call somebody. It might not call me, but it's going to call somebody. That shit. Hold on. It might be working. Let's see. Boop. Boop. Set it like that. And what? Just some dumb drug addict. No way. All right, let's try it like this. I'm trying it different because I want to put the headphones on, so I'm going to see if it works through the speakers. First, make sure. All right. Can you hear me? No. Hold on. I think I need to fix my own sound. Oh, I know what I did. Or, oops. Can you hear me, Miss Grace? How about now? Thought I heard something.
Not now.
You can't hear me now?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you now. Okay. We're going to try it like this. That way I'm going to just do it through the speaker so I don't have to wear the headphones. All right. How are you doing this evening, Miss Grace?
I'm doing well. Glad to see the den back out there running. But I just have a couple of things to say.
Okay.
When I was reading about DMX, and you had mentioned that they were going to the cancel culture, you know, with those feminists and things like that. I'm like, what the heck are they bothering this dead man for? You know, so I went and looked up and I saw, you know, that X's come in, you know, the rape song, and then where's the hood at, or whatever, you know what I mean, about gays. And now they want to cancel this guy. It's like, leave him alone. I'm so sick and tired of the cancel. You mean he did that between those two songs? One was 13 years ago, one was 18 years ago, so let's say over 15, almost 16 years ago on an average, those two songs are. Why would you want to bother this man now? You mean, from what I understand, this guy, his mother abandoned him. He had a hard life. And for somebody to come from what he came from and then to make it the way he did, you mean, I got to commend that. You know, but they want to tear this man down. And, you know, I hate to say it, but it seems like they're tearing down the black men more than anything. You know, it's those feminists, most of them are white, and their dumb little lazy black counterparts helping them. You know what I mean? And they're jumping on board and they're tearing down these guys. I mean, are they canceling Harvey Weinstein or whatever his name is? You mean, did they cancel Elvis or Graceland for bringing home Priscilla at the age of 14?
What?
Yeah, that's how old she was. He was in the military. He brought her home at the age of 14. You know, did they cancel the Kennedys? I live over here around the Kennedys. You mean that for being like drug dealers? You mean pushing that liquor and things, murderers, screwing everything every hole that wasn't nailed down? You know, they were doing that. They didn't cancel them. You know, did they even try to destroy that Playboy Mansion guy? Was it Hugh Hefner?
No.
For having all those young girls and things and having them dye their hair blonde? They're not canceling those guys, but guys like R. Kelly, you mean Michael Jackson. Yeah, they tried it with what's his name? Kobe O'Brien. You know, DMX, Bill Cosby. You mean those are the guys that they seem to want to tear down. If those guys did anything, if you don't like their music, then you don't listen to it, or tell your kids not to listen to it. You mean, but don't mess with that generational wealth. You know, those kids, their offspring. DMX got 1,000,001 kids. Let those kids, you know, enjoy that money and things. You know, I doubt that they'll be able to take him down, but you never know, because a lot of this cancel culture stuff is really surprising at how they're destroying people, destroying life. How do you get up there and want to destroy even lives that are dead and their legacies? You know, I think it's a damn shame. They need to just knock the crap off, you know, and people need to stop resisting and resenting, you mean, this new cancel culture, because it's not good. Because if you go back and dig into anybody in the past, everybody's going to be canceled.
Yeah.
You know, really, if you want to get technical about it, everybody will be canceled.
I know I definitely will.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of them. You mean, this new generation, I'm sick of them. I love you all, but I'm sick of them. Okay, let me see. I'm sitting looking at my phone right here because I got you on the big TV up here. Yeah, and the other thing that you mentioned about Charles Barkley, you know, I didn't see anything wrong with what he said.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, I thought he was being a bit kind, because at one time I thought that most people were kind, most people were nice and things like that. But what I'm seeing now all around me, you know what I mean? I see a lot of evil people, and people seem to want to jump on those bandwagons of just being mean and nasty and destroying people's lives. You know what I mean? So I don't see them as nice as I once saw them. And I was talking to my sons about this, you know what I mean, this evening, because they didn't know that people wanted to cancel, you know, DMX. You know what I mean? And then Charles Barkley, like I said, what he said, I didn't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
You know, people don't want to hear it. And then our people don't like to hear the truth. Black people, I'm going to say it, they don't want to hear the truth because they don't want to be held accountable. You know, they want to continuously blame others for anything that they haven't accomplished. They want to put it off and blame it others. I don't believe in that. You know, and even, I'm going to give you a case in point. One of the things they do, whenever they talk about drugs in our communities, they always say, yeah, you know, I mean, our communities are all messed up in the drugs. It's because the white man came in and brought the drugs in and things like that there. Newsflash. I'm at a time when the drugs first hit really, really, really badly. Remember I told you AIDS, drugs, everything, when it hit really, really badly. And it wasn't the white man that was coming into the neighborhood. Our own people, black people, you know, they were out and going across country scouting for places to deal their drugs so that they could make money. You know what I mean? And that's how it happened in my little town. You know, that stuff wasn't going on. They stepped and found innocent places, and they say, okay, this is a market that hasn't been tapped. It was our own people. Nobody told them to do it. You mean, I know plenty of them. You mean, they would travel all across country, you know, with the drugs, and they would push it. You mean, in order to make money, and they really like those little innocent places. Okay, they said New York's already tapped so hard. You know, in Boston, Chicago's like that. Let's go to all these little places, and that's what they did. They went in there and they did that. You know what I mean? So we need to take accountability for our own people doing that. You don't care how many guns are out there. You mean you don't have to fire one? Nobody's putting a gun to your house making you shoot it. You know, you don't have to be pushing drugs. I don't care who brings it in. You mean you don't have to be doing drugs. You know, but this is just, you know, what I'm saying, and it's just disheartening to see what's going on today. You know, I commend DMX, and I told the story about the high school that I worked at, the clerk. You mean India? She took the ride from here to New York, because it's a thing here where I live. You drive 4 hours to New York. People would party here, drive 4 hours to New York, finish partying, and then get home the next afternoon. You know, drive right back again. You know, or sometimes people would get up on a Saturday morning and say, let's go out for coffee. Let's do something exciting. Let's drive 4 hours and go hang out in New York and have coffee and things like that. You know what I mean? So she had a little hoopty car. She drove all the way to New York to a DMX concert. You know, she got to meet him. Like in my little town, she thought she was looking pretty spiffy because she's a doll. You know what I mean? And he treated her nicely, and she didn't have on the fancy, expensive shoes like some of the other girls had. So DMX, she hung out with him. He bought her shoes and gave her money to help her fix her car. She had a little hoopty, and over the years, she and DMX would call each other over the telephone as friends. Yeah, she said he was like the nicest person. So instead of just finding all the bad about people, you know what I mean? This guy, you know what I mean, he had a hard life. It's sad that he was a drug addict and things like that. I don't know what he died of. Was it the drugs? I can't imagine that he wasn't on drugs because he's been struggling for so long. Some people said he took the COVID vaccine. Some people said he had COVID-19. I don't know. You know, because you can't believe anything you read this day and age. And by the way, I'm not taking that freaking vaccine unless I'm forced.
Yeah, concur.
and people would come, even my older sister, she sent me a text the other day. Yeah, did you get the vaccine? I got the Pfizer. She sent a little copy of her little card, you know, the 2 dates that she got it. And you're like all proud, like when you going to get it. I didn't even answer her. I just asked her, did it hurt? And she goes, no, my arm didn't hurt. I didn't get sick of anything. I must be stupid. And I said, well, good for you. You know what I mean? But some people don't like it if you don't take it. I'm not mad at anybody who takes it. So don't be mad at me because I'm not planning on doing it. You know, unless they force me because I need to get on an airplane and travel or something like that. Or they tell me that I absolutely have to. You know, that's the only way I'll do it. But just to be taking those vaccines, I'm not doing it. You know, none of them have been approved by the FDA. Not one of them. I told you the Pfizer one, the Johnson & Johnson was made with aborted freaking babies from the 80s.
80s babies.
And then Moderna, that was made here in Massachusetts. You mean, and that one doesn't have to be in cold temperatures like the Pfizer one. It has to be in real cold temperatures. You know, and then the Moderna one that I was reading about how they have to buy, you mean, so much, like a certain quantity, like 160 or whatever. You know what I mean? So, and that's why they're coming up with some extras, and people are just going in, you know what I mean, because they can't keep them out for long. They don't have a long shelf life, you know, even in cooler temperatures, you know what I mean? So they have to try to get rid of some. But I said, I'm not doing that. I've heard too many people, you know, especially the elderly people that have taken those vaccines and died right afterwards. Or not, you know, soon thereafter. You know, right next door in Atlanta, Mr. Keith, the old man that marched with Martin Luther King, the old man next door, he had taken it, but he was old. You know, so I keep hearing these things. I'm not taking it. I love my life. I'm not going to die. You know? But that's all. That's ever took off from here. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, it was just Sarah caught out. She did leave. But I agree with you on the vaccine, man. It's not enough of anything. If it gets that bad, I have to get in the car and travel or something. I don't know. It's just, it's too odd to me that you see too many stories where someone has, you know, got a shot and a couple of days later things go awry. So.
Right. I'm afraid to take it. You know what I mean? I'll take my chances. Plus, the recovery rate of COVID, the recovery rate is higher than the effectiveness of the vaccine. With the recovery rates, like 99% or something like that? And the vaccine, I think the most is 95 for Moderna and Pfizer, and I think, what was it, like 85 for Johnson and Johnson?
Mhm. Well, here's my thing.
know?
Like, what does effectiveness rate really mean? If you still have people who are getting the vaccine and then they're still getting corona, I mean, what is effective about that? You know. So I mean, I don't.
I don't know, but nobody, my sister and them never got in touch with me to say, did you get your flu shot? No other vaccine. And they said most people are getting sick not from the first one, not from the primer, the second one, the booster, and that's where they're, getting sick at. So I'm just going to wait. When everybody grows an eyeball in the middle of their head and they get all crooked and their hair falls off, then, I'm just going to look at you and you can do it, but I'm afraid. Yes,
My
I'm sitting
dad
here
died
looking
of
at
COVID, and
Dan
I'm
just
still
putting
paranoid
dead dad
about
of
these
COVID, and I'm
vaccines.
still paranoid about the vaccine. That's right. That's right. Dan, yeah, that's too bad. That's sad. But no, I'm afraid of it. It's too soon. It's too soon. But those that want to get it, I won't knock them. If they want to. But I don't want anybody knocking me because I choose not to right now. They have always ran around all these years talking about my body, myself. Well, you know what? My body, myself too.
Yeah, I agree. Like I say, it's just I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's the good thing is that I'm happy here in Texas. Nobody, well, I won't say nobody cared. Everything's back opened up, so it's back to normal. But when they really start trying to force that, then I'll see what's going on with it. But right now, I have no immediate plans on getting any extra
No.
shots.
Me neither. Me neither. And I feel fine. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna keep it like this there. That's all. But only one live said hi. Hey, only one live. Hey, my Dan. Hey, Deepa. Look at, I'm looking down here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this Shonda. Oh, look at all my babies. Okay, well, I'm gonna get off of here, my Honcho. You know what I mean? So I should have 2 dreadlocks coming.
Yes, yes.
$5.
I got you. They're all the way.
Okay, then I'll see you. Bye bye.
All right. Bye, Ms. Gray. Shout out to Ms. Grace. We have someone else on the line. And as soon as they go through the little numerical protocol thing. There we go. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Oh, okay. Hold on, sir. Give me one moment. Let me rearrange this. That's a very fancy, let me, I'm on the wrong thing. It's a very fancy, head covering device that you are,
Hey, I'm waving right now. I'm waving, bro. I got to. This shit's like $3 each. It's a problem. So I only got 2 of these hoes.
what happened to the damn thing? Why is this not showing? Hold on one moment, show. There's that. All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I don't know what I did to the thing.
Jeez.
Over here fucking shit up, y'all. Players fuck up. Give me just a sec. Which one is it? All right. Yeah, I have to leave me for this one. Well, I'll make it work with it. We have Mr. Kenneth here. And Mr. Ken, sir, what was on your mind? You're a young gentleman. DMX, his prime was probably before you were even born. But
Correct.
what are your thoughts on that? I mean, being a younger person and, seeing how people are reacting to, what's taking place.
Bro, like, I mean, you already said it. Like, as far as DMX, you're like, I've heard 2 of his songs, and that's probably his 2 most popular ones that he has, bro. And that's what the one that you were reading the lyrics thing, Where the Hood, that one, whatever that's called, bro. I don't even know the name of the song. Like, that's how I'm familiar. And with DMX, as far as his catalog and shit, I'm familiar as hell with it. But you don't want to see the man pass away. Obviously, like that shit. You know, it's unfortunate to take your words. You know, it's unfortunate, but it's like I don't want to say he made his choices, but he made his choices. And as far as what they said, what's the cause of his death? Apparently, it was because of drugs. The man had his demons, and I think everybody does. So I don't want to sit up here and just judge the man and shit on the man now that he's gone. But you kind of make the choices, and the choices were made, and you had the options. But at the same time, certain things, like I said, everybody got their demons. So certain shit, you just can't control. And apparently, drugs was that to him, but apparently he was off of them. But hey, who knows at this point until like the full details come out? I really can't speak on that too much, bro. But it's sad to see somebody pass away because you see their legacy. Like DMX, the little bit that I do know of him, a lot of people speak highly of him as far as his status in the rap game. So that's the little bit that I do know about him. Like he's up there with some people put him up there with the greats, with Biggie, Pac, Jay, all of those guys, man. So they they put him up there with with those guys. So that's as far as I know as far as his legacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, like I say, here's the thing about DMX, and at one point in time, he was that dude. I mean, he was in that category. He was in that same conversation. I mean, he had just as many hits out as anybody else at the time. You know what I'm saying? And he was probably kind of that. I guess you would say that a little bit of that precursor to Ja Rule. You know what I'm saying? And and whatever weird shit happened with that. But like I say, he was a superstar. I mean, that's when they had that little him was a cover with him. I remember it was like him, Ja Rule, and Jay. They was like the hardest niggas in the game at the time. But then, there's a little thing in rap that happens with this place, and I know some people in the chat may not like what I'm about to say, but this place called New York City. They like to hype stuff up in New York. And I'm not saying that DMX was a hype. I'm not saying that. But it's just weird how some reason everything that comes out of New York all of a sudden is a great. They be trying to call French Montana a great and shit. It ain't nobody jamming this nigga. Anything if you say you're from New York, all of a sudden you're great for some reason. But no, but the dude did put out a lot of hits. He did have a lot of music. And again, like I said, yeah, it's kind of a situation where you heard rumors, he had a heart attack coming from possible drug usage. Like I said, you don't know if there's going to be an autopsy or how they're going to go about it. Like I said, the thing that just disturbed me the most was just like because apparently they said, he had like tapped out like 3 or 4 times and they kept, trying to revive him. I'm just kind of like, why do that? Like,
yeah, when I heard he was branded, I'm like, bro, you might as well, let the man go. Like, you don't want to pull the plug, but it's like, bro, at this point, the man he's already gone as we speak. You know what I'm saying? So why even try to hold the nigga hostage? You know what I'm saying? That's just how I saw it personally. I think they said he was brain dead, I think a day or 2 before this actually came out today. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that, but that's just how I felt about that shit. It's like, bro, if he's already brain dead, bro, once you're brain dead, I mean, your body can't function. You know what I'm saying? If without your brain, you're pretty much done. So that was kind of crazy to me how they just. But I mean that's a family choice, So I can't really knock them for that. But if I was in that position, if I was the nigga that was brain dead, I wouldn't want my family keeping my ass up there like that. But maybe I can't really judge it because I'm not I'm not in the fucking hospital room. So it's complicated. I mean, at least to me it's a little complicated. From the outside looking in, it's complicated, as far as that goes, But how you feel about that? Like they didn't want to put a plug on them.
Like I said, it's an emotional situation, man. Like when you're getting down to where it's basically, you're letting go of somebody. Like this is possibly the last time that you'll know that they're breathing. It's a hard thing to do. It's not a easy decision to make for some people, and so you're not thinking logically. You more on some, hey, I just don't want to let go. I just don't want to, cut the tie that binds. And so some people have a hard time doing that. But you got to think, what's in the best interest of the person who is, in this situation right now. And for them, man, they're not going to get better. They're going to be in a vegetative state. They're just going to be on a machine. They're not living life. You know, it's a point where you gotta let folks go. It's a hard fucking thing to do, but you have to be prepared to do it. You just let folks go.
And Miss, who called it? That was Miss Grace. Yeah, Miss Grace touched on as far as like the vaccines and shit go. Like maybe it's because I'm 18, I'm not 55, I'm not 60. So the vaccine to me, I look at it like some me. You know, I look at it as some bullshit. I'm gonna just say it. Like to me, bro, I don't really see the point of me personally taking it. Like, if you're a healthy adult male, you know, without no health issues, and what's the point of you sitting here taking a vaccine? Like, you in the gym 4 or 5 times a week. You know, you eating your foods, your healthy foods. You know, you getting your 8 hours of sleep, 7, 8 hours of sleep. You know, you do what you gotta do. It's like, why take a vaccine? You know, when you take care of your own shit, you don't really like. I wouldn't resort to no outside source to like deal with shit. It's kind of like a cop out at this point. And like the way I look at it is, bro, they during when the pandemic first hit, what was it, around March 2020,
Mhm.
they shut everything down. And some of the first shit to come back on was what I goddamn was all the fucking food shit. You know, McDonald's came back, Jack and all the food shit came back. But what was one of the few things that they were holding hostage from coming back was the goddamn gyms. They held them gyms back for however long, and they just now said that we can't wear, like, as far as in Texas goes, I don't know where everybody else in the den is, but they just now, what Abbott said, that we don't got to wear masks no more in the gyms and shit like that. So I'm happy as hell for that, but it was long overdue, bro. Like, you can't sit up here and tell me that somebody that got fucking 6-pack abs needs a vaccine. Like, a motherfucker that's out here running 2-3 miles a day, you know, lifting, bench pressing 15,000 pounds needs a damn vaccine to take care of their health. Now you got some full-fledged adults out here that are they're cognizant of everything that they're doing. And funny thing is, bro, I was talking with my English teacher a few months ago, I think a month or two ago, about this whole vaccine shit, and he said he's gonna take it. And I'm like, why are you gonna take the vaccine? And he was like, I don't know. And I was fucking dumbfounded. I'm like, you gonna take a vaccine and you don't even know why you're taking it. And at the same time, he said that, oh, it's maybe because I'm diabetic and all of this and all of that. But and I told him, like, you're a middle-aged man. You ain't 80 years old. You're not 70. Like, you can change. All you gotta do is change your diet and change what you're doing, and you know, get yourself back on track. But it's like motherfuckers are lazy. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is lazy and they don't want to do a damn thing to fix their own health. So what's the easiest cop out? Line up outside or wherever the hell you get a vaccine from and just get a shot in your arm. You know what I'm saying? So that to me is just, it's dumb to me, man. Like, you can't at some point you gotta take control of what you do. You gotta take control of the food that you put in your mouth. You gotta take control of everything that you do. And that's one thing that I learned. Like, ain't nobody gonna do shit for you. And if you don't take control of your health, the only thing that matters, if you don't got health, you don't got shit.
Correct.
And it's like, you see Rick Ross, his fat ass. That nigga said he would give up all his money just to get his health back. So it's like, bro, you can't depend on a vaccine to fix your health. Just because you take a vaccine, you're not gonna be protected. Like, that's what with me, bro. Like, even when the pandemic first started, I was out and about. Like, I took a trip with my brother to Miami when the fucking pandemic was at its highest in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you the reason it's spreading. There you go. I'm glad you admitted it. You are the reason why we had the super spreader event, because you was out in Miami with all the rest of them ratchets.
It was for business, but I went there, man, and everybody was out in Miami. Everybody was doing their thing, and I didn't see, like, me and my brother, like I said, me and my brother, we work out pretty much every day or every other day. Not together, but we work out all the time. So even when the pandemic did hit, to us, it was like, it was nothing. I had to be a little bit more careful because my parents were a little paranoid at the time. But as far as I went, even when I was in the gym, when they opened up the gyms with masks, I was still, you know what I'm saying, in there, you know, working out. I was taking my mask off all the time when I was in the house, because it's like, to me, bro, it really didn't scare me. Because if you're doing what you need to be doing, why would I be scared of a fucking, some shit that got like a 95% survival rate or some crazy, some shit like that?
Yes, it's like 98,
yeah, that's just my spiel on it, bro.
It's like, and again, like I say, you're young, you caught at a time where, some new shit, But again, like I said, but you haven't avoided it yet because there'll be some more shit they'll come out with, and then eventually, before your lifetime is over, they're gonna try to make some type of mandate. So right now, enjoy it. But it's gonna come to a point because they're already talking about more variants and more strains and more this and that. So they're gonna use that as an excuse to make it just like a flu vaccine. They're just gonna try to make this mandatory, or you gonna have a lot of your access to shit minimized. So
But the CDC always coming out with some new shit. First, they come out and say that you need to wear like a mask, and then they say that the mask doesn't really protect you, and then they say that there's a new strand, and then they say, and it's like every other month you see some brand new shit with COVID, and it's like who really telling the truth at this point? Like, who can you really believe? I'm saying, but that's just how I see it, bro. It's like ultimately, I'm not gonna sit up here and wait for wait for the government, wait for Johnson and Johnson to fucking sit around and heal me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just do what I gotta do, and if I end up catching COVID, I'll be perfectly fine with it because I know I'm gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about it. Like, I'll be perfectly fine.
Actually, well, that's a good
So
thing.
to answer your question,
Okay.
did Gamma know did out of 500,000 plus people who died from COVID wasn't healthy? No, I don't. So I can't really. Were all of them unhealthy? Actually, no. That's a good thing. That's a good statement. Thank you for bringing that up to my attention. But a lot of them were. All of them no. A lot of them were like. There's a few like the exception doesn't fucking disprove the rule. You know what I'm saying the majority of them were, I think, overweight or obese. So that's that. I guess that like I said, there can always be a few, what I'm saying, a few exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, a healthy adult male is not gonna sit around and catch that type of shit. But that's just how I feel about it. You can have your opinion, that's perfectly fine. Everybody's entitled to that. But hey, you do you do what's best for you. That's just you, man. Do what you gotta do. That's about it.
Back, I don't know what I fucked up. I fucked something up, but yeah. But at that point though, here's the thing. But to that point about the 500 plus thousand, were they unhealthy? And we know that a lot of it has been, comorbidities and all those things they talk about in addition to that. And, there's a lot of underlying factors. So a lot of shit, you don't know because a lot of motherfuckers, they just said COVID and, shipped them on out. But the thing about it is, let's talk statistics and likelihoods. And you're significantly, less likely to die if you're within a certain, physical range, you know what I'm saying? And they said there was a majority. They said, what was it like? And they said it was 60, I forgot. No, it might have been more than that. I think it was 80 something percent. That they were saying the people who did, were obese, were overweight, had other comorbidities, were like a bunch of these little things. Like, even when I first heard it, shit, I was shit. I think right when I first heard about it, shit started happening, I blew up and I got up to like 270 something, almost 280 something. And I was just like, you know what, let me go ahead and drop some. I said, yeah, don't worry about all the numbers. Just anyway. And so that's what it had me drop down. Like that, dropped down by like 219 for a little bit. And I was just like, okay, cool. But, just a little shit like that. Because, I mean, here's the deal, like say you just kind of putting two and two together. It's a respiratory illness. You know what I'm saying? I know that when I put weight on myself, especially when you're talking about a fucking 50-pound difference, shit, even 20, 30, 15 fucking pounds is a difference. Like, you feel that shit just walking or doing, basic ass shit. Like, so, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, look, I done got this heavy. It's starting for me to step up the stairs and shit. Like, I'm like catching my breath and shit. Shit, what if I catch a respiratory? Then I'm out of there. So the smart thing to me would be to at least do my best to, minimize that burden, and try to do that.
Heaviest I ever was, bro. I was a freshman in high school. I weighed up to 230. That's 231. That's the heaviest I ever been. And I was like, at the time I was like 5'8", so I was a big kid. Right now I'm 5'11". I think I'm close to 6 feet, 5'11", and I'm at 213. So by the graduation, I want to get down to 200 flat. And that's the goal, because I don't want to be too skinny, but I want to get down to a good, healthy weight. So dropping about 10 pounds, 10, 12, 13 pounds, I'm going to be straight. That's just me. But, bro, when you see a 5, 10 pound difference, bro, that shit, you feel that shit the way you walk on your knees. You'll feel that shit all the time, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when people sit up here and tell me that, and a lot of people don't want to drive weight because they simply don't have the mental fortitude to just go to the gym. And that's really what it comes down to, right? And if you don't want to go to the gym, cool, don't go. But don't complain when other people choose not to get the vaccine just because they doing what they need to be doing. And that's just how I feel about it, bro. And it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate because a lot of shit could be avoided. And not saying everything. Of course, there's gonna be exceptions to everything. That's just how it is. But the exception doesn't disprove the rule, right? If you do your best to take care of your health, for the most part, you'll be good. You know what I'm saying? And to me, the gym, bro, it's essential in that. You being 30, how old are you, like 33, fam, 34?
Yeah, 36, damn. I'm up there. I've been on this shit too long, goddamn.
Yeah, bro, like me, I have the energy to be in the gym 5-6 times a week, but even with someone that's 34, 35, 36, like, you can't find an hour and a half. Even if you working 60, 70 hours a week, you mean to tell me you can't find an hour and a half to go outside and walk for an hour? Like that's the shit that people love to come up with every fucking excuse in the book as to why they can't work out.
No, man, it's there. Because, see, here's the thing. Motherfuckers know, like, we talking about DMX and all this other shit. If you know more about DMX going on and your health is completely the fuck out of whack, that's a you problem. If you know who done won Dancing with the Stars and your shit is out of whack, that's a you problem. Like, if you know all this other shit, if you know anything that's going on in somebody else's life, and your shit is completely out of whack, you have no legitimate excuse as to why you're in a position, and you've chose that because you chose to dedicate your energy to some other bullshit instead of fixing your problem. That's what people say, oh, I ain't got time, because like, people believe like they need to have entertainment every day. Some people like truly be like, I'm supposed to be entertained every damn day. Like, nah, you need to take some of that time and fix yourself. If you took half your entertainment time and fixed yourself up, nah, you would be all right in 6 months. But people just see shit like super weird. So it is what it is, though.
And like I said, bro, it really comes down to your choices. And I had to learn this shit by fucking heavy trial and error. Like I did. Like, yeah, I was 5'8", 230 as a freshman. Like that was my weight. And until I hit a little bit of a growth, I'm still growing for the most part. I might end up growing to like 6'1", 6'2". I might end up getting that tall. But until I hit a growth spurt, bro, until I hit really junior, I like, man, I gotta take my health serious. You know what I'm saying? Because after junior, I realized, man, I'm not gonna play football, so I gotta drop a lot of this weight down. So I was like 227 at one point, like my junior year, and right now I'm down to 212, 213. So, and that's with me just, working out consistently and dieting. But I'm not obsessed over it like I need to drop, 5 pounds every other week. But it's a grind, yes, but when you really want it, you'll get it done. You know what I'm saying? It really isn't hard. Once you really just put the fork down and you realize what you put in your mouth every day, it really does get a lot easier. And you have a lot more energy too. Like that's one thing I noticed with, dropping weight. Once you drop, 5, 10 pounds, your face gets leaner, your fucking cheeks ain't all chubby and shit. You feel better, you sleep better. Like all that shit really plays a part, when you really just decide to make that change, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me, man. I I love the gym, so I take that shit very seriously. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of my few safe havens.
Well, here's the deal, Mr. Kim. We got one more caller waiting in line, and I want to make sure we get him for the caller to wrap. And yes, Heidi is a terrible person, the worst person ever in the den. But Heidi is the last remnant of the toxicity that we used to have in the den. So we need Heidi to hold forth for a little bit till we can undermine her, take her evil whiteness and use it for our own good. But until then, she'll do.
One thing, before I get up out of here, Miss Grace, man. How old are you, Miss Grace? You look good. I ain't gonna lie to you. You're gonna keep it. Because profile's too small. You had that profile picture for a minute, but yeah. Miss Bell look good.
You're trying to get the groove back. You better watch out, Mr. Keith. Mr. Keith gonna get on you. You better watch out there, young Kim boy. That old school player gonna get on you, that boy.
Bill owe me a drink.
Oh, see, now you trying to get her committed legal shit. You underage. Get your ass up out there, boy. Drinking and shit.
Look,
You talking about health, and now you talking about drinking. Look at
I
you.
look 21 though.
You know, you look like you about 13, nigga. You look like you went and got some, went to Party City and got some paste on, had and threw you some little, you know what I'm saying, threw you some little hair on it.
There's no disrespect. There's no disrespect, of course. You know, no disrespect intended. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, I'm 18 now, so I'm officially legal, so everything kind of goes.
Oh, I forgot all about the Gary. Yes, I forgot all about that because I stopped watching that damn show. That's why I forgot about the damn Gary shit. Yes, I ain't had a good Gary joke in a minute. Let me. I don't know. Kenneth is growing to a somewhat decent young man, so I've been letting him make it. When he used to come there talking about all the dumb shit and that fucking goofy ass music and shit.
That was almost 3 years ago.
And this nigga coming here quoting weirdo nigga lyrics and shit. Ever since that I've seen young Kim mature a bit, I've been letting him make it. So I ain't even gonna give him to Gary. I'm gonna let him make it.
Hey, but when you gonna let me get my mom before I get up out of here, bro? Can I get
soon as DeMarque fuck up.
Graduate, bro. I'm finna graduate in June, bro.
All right, soon as DeMarque fuck up, you can have his mod.
Damn.
You know that nigga fuck up like every stream, nigga. That ain't that.
Yeah, that's low key facts. Nigga be slipping.
Yeah, just wait a few minutes. He'll find a reason.
Yeah. All right, G, I'm gonna get a body and I'm gonna let somebody else get on the line.
All right, that's a bet, man. Appreciate it.
For sure, G.
All right. Yes, I'm in Hawaii. Shout out to 17. He was 17. Hold on, I don't know what happened to my
Entertain equals enter among plus generate to hold. Originally meant to maintain in a certain condition.
To maintain in a certain condition. That sounds about right. Let me fix this. It doesn't sound right. I'm sure it's probably very accurate. Let me do this. I don't think I want to look at the button like that. All right, there we go. Oh, what am I doing here? Fucking shit up. That's what I'm doing. Fucking up. Exactly what I'm doing. Just a moment there. All right. Mr. Dan the Man, you there? What's going on here? Let me see. Suckeroni. I don't know. I'm not sure if you can hear me or. Buck McCaffrey. What's going down? What's the motherfucking deal? How do you unmute? Oh, I think it's like I see you going. You mute and unmute, but I'm not sure. Let me see if somebody can do it. I don't know if it'll tell you the button if I do that. I think it's like *6 or some shit. I have no idea. Zoom in, you doing all okay? Okay, there we go. Bet. There we go. All right, cool. Oh man, there we go.
I love technology.
Yes, I don't know what I'll be doing with it, but I'll be fucking it up. What's on your mind, Mr. Dan? What's Dan the Man with the plan? How you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing all right. Just finished some homework. Not doing much. I was trying with a friend back in the Navy. I don't know if I played the games or whatever. And you know what? I was kind of talk earlier. I've been bullshitting too. My dad died in January. I left to be exact, and I was in the gym up until he died. Yeah. And like I really have taken a break since then. I gotta get back in the gym. You know, I cut me like 20 pounds just
I'd like to purchase one bean pie.
And I was eating and all that stupid shit. So yeah, he's got a point. Because I wasn't bullshitting before that happened. Just because my dad's dead, ain't no excuse. So shout out to Kenneth, because you know I'm about to hit the gym like a motherfucker. You know? It's real shit, man. I get back in the groove, man. Ain't no excuses. Now this is how I feel about that. So shout out to Kenneth, that's real shit. Now the subject of DMX. So it hits on two things because you hear random stories flying around about COVID and drug use.
Yes.
Both these things have affected me personally. My mother was a drug addict for 20+ years, eventually led to death, and my father passed away from COVID. Look, people saw DMX for years just gone, you know. I remember there was an interview he did where he clearly told this man was high on cocaine. I mean, like, dog, that guy was gone. He didn't blink. He was talking 5 miles an hour. 50 miles an hour, and he was going off. But I feel like for years, he's just been constantly doing drugs where, you know, this shit eats away at your body after a while, you know. So I was saying my mom and other family members. And with drugs are angry, man. Y'all, it's just really sad to see that. You know, I know these people like, yeah, I told you he was dead, you know. So I don't get any happiness and being proven right about that, you know. He's one of the greatest rappers of all time, bro. Real shit. And this is facts, you know. I'd definitely say if I had a top 10, I don't, because, you know, as much as the new guy come out, might pop up, you know. I mean, not lately, because most of these new rappers is just straight garbage dishwater, you know, fuck all that shit. But it's trash. Come on, bro. You already know what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, DMX definitely top 10. Definitely. I mean, it's dark and hell is hot.
Yeah.
Beast, man. Straight beast, man. And he's been putting out hits for years, man. What's that one song? Party Up, the one all the white people were singing. I was like, damn, that nigga made it now.
Yeah. That dude DMX, you see that dude rocked the whole fucking Woodstock, man. Like that Woodstock '99 shit. That was like millions of people in one spot. And he just, I wonder if he was high on drugs when he did that. I'm sure he was. I'm sure that there were drugs somewhere in the vicinity. But
it's Woodstock, there's drugs.
That's just yeah, he's done some wild stuff in his time, you know what I'm saying? Just unfortunate that this is the end result. 50 years old. In this day and age, 50's not old. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's just very unfortunate.
My mom was 47. Shit. But I mean, that's life though. People die. That's it. So I mean, this is my thing. What it is, man. People need to be take better care of themselves.
Yeah.
They really need to take better care of themselves. Myself included, like Dick Kenneth was speaking real shit. I was hitting the gym with a vengeance up until, you know, what happened with my family. But you know, I'm not gonna use that as an excuse anymore. You know, I just got a new job, matter of fact, just a part-time gig at a hardware store, setting shit up on all this stupid shit. But I got my dad's fiance knows the manager, so it's getting a little pain. So I was like, hey, I'll take it, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. Just, you know, that's not I can make the gym in an hour and a half. You know, can't excuse.
Yeah, that's
It is what it is.
You just gotta get in there, you know, be targeted, focus on it. Even a little something is better than nothing, you know what I mean? And so I'm just like, shit, even if it's 30 minutes, you know what I mean? Something is better than nothing. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. And I'm talking all that shit. I fuck around and kind of mess my shoulder up a little bit. It's still been bothering me. And I'm like to the point where I'm like, it's been since right before the ice storm. I'm like, shit, that's been damn near 2 months. I ain't got time for something. Let that little injury like sidetrack me for this long. So I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna get back in there Monday. Just whatever happens, happens. We'll figure it out.
That's what you
So,
do.
yeah,
maybe not working, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a way to work around it. I mean, you know, just it's certain shit you just don't know better. Okay, I just can't do that, do this. But it's just like overall, I shouldn't let just one area derail the whole thing and use it as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of the same boat with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, gotta knock it out, man. So, like, my condolences to Earl's family. I'm talking about his real name, Earl.
Yeah.
You know, condolences to Earl's family. The shit sad. But social media and when celebrity guys, it's just ridiculous. It is a fucking trend, man. I'm not even gonna look at Black Twitter because Black Twitter never sees to amaze me in the amount of degeneracy that's floating on. And you can get mad all you want. I don't give a fuck though. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about your opinions. I don't care. Like Black Twitter, it's just something about like Black in social media. It's troubling. It's something crazy shit you see on it. Yeah, I'm gonna get mad.
It's some of the. This is what it's frustrating because it's some of the most entertaining, some of the funniest, some of the most ignorant, some of the most baffling, some of the most outrageous, and it's then sometimes the most insightful, meaningful. Like it's a little bit of everything, but you're gonna get it's a little bit of everything, but it's mostly, like you said, degeneracy. Because I'm gonna be honest, the memes I saw today. Especially with the Prince dying, Oh my God, just crazy stuff like with DMX dying on the same day as that Prince, and then the memes that were coming. I'm like, who the fuck is this Prince? Prince can't rap. Not like that motherfucker's too old to be a Prince still. He's like, you ain't making the kinghood by now, buddy. What the fuck? You damn near 100. You got a glass ceiling over your head. You got to figure something out about that. But yeah, it was just and especially in Black Twitter, they definitely gave no shits. So
I remember a few weeks ago, or it was some weird day. It was like prophesied that all black would get superpowers, and this was being posted on Black Twitter. I think March 19th, I think, or some shit like that. That all black people are gonna get superpowers. Our melanin is gonna activate, like Nick Cannon said, or the result is trying to be Kryptonians or some wild shit. And niggas was running with it. And I just told myself, this is where we're at as a society.
we're getting superpowers, huh?
Yeah, I swear to God, bro. Look, I'm gonna post that shit in Discord, like this, some story proving that I'm not making this shit up. There are people who are literally believing that if you're of African descent, and for some reason, I mean that maybe this is in America, maybe our positioning in the constellation at that time, let the let the astrological signs to match up, and if you're a Scorpio, you get poisoned. I don't know what the hell. I've tuned out most of this shit. Yeah. I'm lost. I'm mentally lost when it comes to some of the shit now. Maybe because I'm a bit older. I don't know. Now, I am lame though. I listen to lame ass niggas talk. Yeah, I'm a lame nigga. Readily admit it. I'm the fuck.
But at this point,
niggas live longer.
You just gotta laugh about the shit. Like that's where I'm at. Like, cause at first, like that's what I was saying. It was just I was looking back some of the stuff. I'm like, I'm getting too mad about the stuff. It's not gonna change.
Yeah.
People are gonna do what they're gonna do. The momentum is already swung. It is what it is. The agendas will be executed. You just gotta just look out for yourself, man, and just laugh at the rest of the shit along the way. Ain't no point even getting mad about it. That's where I'm at now. It's unfortunate that these things are taking place, but what can you really do? And just sitting here being miserable about it, it's just gonna make the rest of the time you're here that much more unbearable. So my motto now is just to get back to just laughing. Just like even through the bullshit, you just gotta laugh about
it. Yeah, that's facts, bro. Oh, and speaking on the whole COVID issue, so even with my personal connection to this disease, the virus, that mother-dog virus, I still impairment about certain vaccines for various reasons. One, we don't know the full origins of this virus because the countries that it emerged from, China, is hesitant or is outside of pieces to tell the rest of the medical community or scientific community where it's coming from. So you know these big pharmaceuticals pumping shit out, and just sick. I think that's dangerous. So I'd rather be hesitant about it. It's the country itself won't admit where it came from. Did it come from wet markets? Did it come from a lab? Was it a mix? Was this some accident? When exactly did this emerge? Because it didn't just start in 2020. Shit was popping up in late 2019. According to documents and certain doctors who have went missing from China. There's a female doctor, I think, on point. I forgot her name. I believe. I'm not 100%. But yes, I don't know what she's at. I have to look into that. Maybe they found her. I don't know. But usually with disappearing in China, your face will stay in that motherfucking milk card. That's all I'm saying. That's it. It is what it is. So that's just that one thing. China's not being honest about what's going on with the virus. And if they had actually closed the borders up back in November, December, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be in this situation. But they gonna rock, and too many people sucking out the Chinese teeth so they can get away with it. So I'm learning how to laugh at that. Niggas die every day, so this doesn't wrong with my father on this shit. It is what it is. And that's life. So that's the China issue right there. Two, I'm becoming extremely paranoid about just all these people like on social media and all this stuff like, you have to take this vaccine. And I'm not anti-vaxxer. Let me explain why. One of the most important people in American history, in my opinion, was a man named Jonas Salk. I believe in the 1950s he developed the first safe polio vaccine, right? And here's the thing. So not only did he make it safe, if anyone put in formaldehyde and kill the virus, still to get the vaccine, and it would still do that. He went around the country himself and his team, obviously, he didn't do it alone, and he administered it to children because if children get polio, then fuck. And he was interviewed one time. I think Walter Cronkite got on 60 Minutes, one of those shows back in the 50s. And he didn't patent it. He gave it out to everyone. This is how I did it. And the gentleman asked him, is there a patent for the vaccine? And he's like, there is no patent. Can you patent the sun? You can't get that kind of morality out of people.
Mm-hmm.
That man forfeited millions on millions of dollars. He would have been probably a billion at that point. But instead, he gave the vaccine out free to the children once he made sure it was safe, obviously. And he essentially saved future generations from a debilitating disease. You can't get people to do that kind of shit. You're not going to get Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer to do that shit.
Oh, no.
They're getting government contracts. No. So that when money's the motivation, I start questioning everything as well. So I'd rather be hesitant about these vaccines getting pushed and possibly and probably forced. Man, I want states living because I hear Florida's going all right. Actually, here's the funny thing. I just read a report. New York has had all these lockdowns and restrictions, so on and so forth. And Florida, obviously, with the tenants down there, has repealed a lot of it. And but Florida's doing better than New York in terms of the COVID issue. Why is that? I mean, that's a good question. I don't think all of the details, but I think it's your answer. So, it is what it is. So I've read the hesitant about that. Now, will I get the vaccine eventually? Most likely. I just need to find some more information about this. They just started pushing this out. Then there's all they talk about certain other medical cures or, preventions like hydroxychloroquine, the ones that hydrochloric acid. Remember that back in the last summer there was that one doctor, like a group of doctors actually, something working with, and like the acid lady, I think she was Texas, which is matter, but she was not even Texas, and she was pushing it, and they called her a quack, and this is man, and this is wrong, but now they're saying hydroxychloroquine is a good way to fight the virus. Like, why don't y'all saying that?
No.
Yeah, that politicizing science. That's very fucking dangerous.
There's something else that I heard is supposed to be pretty good. I'm not going to say what it is on stream. After the stream, I'm going to slide in the Discord. But remind me, because I heard about it, and then I said, you know what? It's a common thing. And so I said, that can't be true. And so I started looking for some, and I cannot find any. And so that's how I know it has to be something's going on when certain people know certain things, they don't just put it all the way out there, especially if it's working. And I got to looking at my usual stores and different places and cannot find any of it. And it's just like, very interesting, very common thing, cheap, over-the-counter shit. And it's just like, wow, okay. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's about money, man. It's about money and fucking, and fucking, and shit up. I was like, all I want to do is just, live. I'm not getting like I say, it's going to get to a point where, it might get to the where the walls are closing in. And if things aren't in place in a certain way, then, yeah, you may have to be like, fuck it. But I'm going to stall out as much as I possibly can. Good night, Miss D again. Well, thank you for coming.
Good night.
We'll
Fair enough, man. Sure. Like I say, you want to take the vaccine, go ahead. If you want to go ahead, you want to have it, and that's fine too. Do what you feel is necessary for your life. That's just my reason why I've made my decision, and I give you my information as to why I've made my decision so far. I'm certainly hesitant, but am I averse to take one? No, I'm taking a bunch of vaccines. Sure. But I mean, I'm very hesitant at this one. It's just ways to push out too quickly, the way everyone's trying to force everybody, all this shit you read on social media. It's just everything becomes so divided in this country. I swear to God, in the next 20 years, if there's not a civil war, I'm calling bullshit on this shit. Some sort of civil war. I mean, this summer was just insane. I mean, last summer. This summer, we'll see, man. I'm just amazed about how far this country is. I'm going to say falling. But we got some more steroids to plummet down. We ain't done yet.
Yeah, we ain't all the way there yet. We're close. We got about we got about 3 steps left. We might get to, how like when you was a kid and you was like going down the steps, it's not like we're climbing steps. We're definitely descending here. So like, can you get down the steps and, if you got the little rail and you kind of swing and just kind of skip them last few steps, that's about what's probably going to happen. We're at a spot, we only got a couple of steps left before we just going to swing it. Like these next couple of months, they just like, fuck it. We just speed this thing up. and it's gonna be downhill from there. So yeah, it's a bad deal. It's neither one of those things, Mr. Like I said, I'll tell y'all in the Discord after thing. I don't want the tube to come on here and try to say I'm giving out false advice or anything. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I just got you giving people medical advice. I'm just saying something I noticed, a very interesting correlation, something that, it is what it is. And so that the fact that it's hard to find, it means that people must know about it, and people are definitely getting their hands on this stuff and taking it. So it's very, very interesting. We'll have to, we'll talk about it there. But hello, Miss Lady T. Yeah, man. What is up today? How y'all talking about Black Sea oil? What's going on with that shit? It sounds crazy.
But I mean, yeah, man, I ain't trying to keep you on here too long because I don't want to take your shit. But I mean, yeah, that's my thing, man. Look, shout out to Earl Simmons. Motherfucker was a monster, man. This chef, man, these drugs were fucking ended, man. That's it, bro. And I remember. So the thing is, remember he was on Drink Champs. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I'm hearing like he was on there and they're like forcing him to like, not forcing him, but the whole peer pressure bullshit about, hey man, you can have a drink, you have a drink, you have a drink. No, man, if you're trying to recover from any sort of drug, you need to be sober all the time because certain things lower inhibition.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he drank on Drink Champs. I don't know. But if he did, well, he shouldn't have been around that shit in the first place. I guess shit is that.
Yeah, that's the shit. Alcohol is. Everybody says all that other shit is the gateway shit. Alcohol is the shit that lower your inhibitions before anything else, and it's fucking so readily available. I mean, that's the shit that you fucking get drunk. Then you gonna try everything. Oh fuck it, I'll try it. Give it here. I mean, all right, how do I do?
Yeah.
So I put it up my nose. All right, give it here. And next thing you know, you fucking running butt naked down the freeway, getting chased by the cops, and it's a wrap for you.
Eat homeless people's faces and shit. Remember that shit in Florida? Remember that homeless people's faces?
Oh.
I was in Florida at that time. I was scared shitless, bro. I ain't leaving base, bro. I ain't eating my motherfucking place. Fuck all that.
Florida's a terrible, crazy place.
But they have good governors. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at what they're doing over the people. I can't. The citizens themselves, crazy people. What they're doing as far as getting shit going. I ain't mad at that.
And y'all remember this dude, boy? They dodged the bullet, man. They almost had a fucking DL meth head.
Oh, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If you
Philip Gillum.
If you let niggas have their way, he'd have been up in that bitch, dog. They tried to hit him with that shit they just pulled and Dre almost tried to do it. Like, dog, niggas would have been celebrating that shit. That's nonsense. Shenanigans, dog. That's what I'm saying. But hey, whatever. It is what it is, man. Terrible.
And that's all I got, man. Y'all can see our best take care of your house, man. Shout out to Ken, shout out to Dre. Hardy is a fool as usual. Yeah, y'all be safe, man. Honcho, you got anything else on the show?
No, sir. Like I say, man, when you get a chance, though, just slide the Discord after this if you got some time. If not, hey, I'll definitely chop it up with you whenever you got some time, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. Just the 2030, baby. It's coming.
Oh, yeah. I'm just waiting for
it.
Yep. It's going to be interesting.
We already know what it is. And the thing, they posted a video about what they want. It ain't like we making this shit up. They posted videos and had whole seminars shit about it. It's fucking amazing.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like conspiracy theory if they admitted to it, right?
Yeah, slowly easing it in, and they're going to start getting you used to the phrasing, getting you used to the terminology. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, the motherfuckers that push the reset button, they're still gonna be holding the controller.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
Man, that's the conspiracy brother right there. That's that real shit.
Oh man.
That's all I got, man. Well, y'all be safe, man. I'll be in the Discord in a minute, bro.
All right, that's a bit damn, and I'll holler at you.
All right, man. Y'all be safe.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dan the man. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Let me hit that little button there. Does whatever it's doing. You know how we do. After the stream, we hit the after party. Slide in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, look, I'm telling y'all. We have been talking about it like, nah, don't let nobody in now. Don't let nobody else in the Discord because what we built in there is a very interesting thing. And it just, we got to get it back. Well, y'all be making me try to start the shit off. Y'all can start it too, but get it back to where it was jumping, especially the last couple of weeks. But like I say, tonight, I'm going to get in there and karaoke tonight. So if y'all want to see me make a damn fool of myself, y'all better be in there early and on time. Maybe do some DMX songs. And if anybody else wants to partake in the karaoke, y'all more than welcome to. Yeah, might do some DMX. I had another song in mind, but might do some DMX anyway. So let me get the link. I'll put the link in there one time. And after this, I don't know. You fuck out of luck. Today I got time, cuz. We're getting there active food a little bit. I do want to say shout out to everybody who came through this evening. I'm glad all of you. Where's the damn? Oh, you know what? I did fucking a shortcut right there. I'm looking for folder shortcuts right there on the fucking desktop. I'm fucking tripping. But I forgot I changed these hard drives and I cleared my shit right. So I did do a bunch of crazy stuff. Then, and again, if you don't know how to use the Discord, slide in there, fuck with it for a little bit. You'll definitely learn how to do it. Oh, okay. I thought I missed something. I was about to get real crazy. Let's see. We'll make it. This link will expire in 1 hour, and put a limited number of times it can be used, so that way we ain't gotta deal with no nonsense. All right, bet. So there's a limited amount of times this link can be used. So the first, I'm not going to tell you however many people that use it to get in can use it. After it gets used so many times, it's no good. Or you have 1 hour, whichever happens first. So make sure you're in this thing. Like I said, we cut up in the Discord. We can talk a little bit free. We can talk a little bit more crazy in the Discord than we can in here. And then you get to interact with the info directly. So it is a good damn time. You're actually getting to hear how everybody else sounds and just chopping it up, getting to know one another. It's great. And going hard on each other, because that's what we do. Anyway, there's the link. I was going to be a judge on BET After Dark. They told me I was too dark after dark. Couldn't get the job. And for those of you who may want to know what the secret thing I'm talking about is, I will be in there. Actually, here's the thing. I'm actually in there right now. So how about that? I'll just cut my sound off so I ain't got to hear nothing. So I'm already in that bitch. Bye. Y'all hear the noises and all that shit. So this is what we're going to do. I fucked with y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. We're going to get this thing back on track, get it back regular. I'm shooting for like 8 o'clock at night. I'm thinking, what I said I was going to do. This is like tentative. I'm thinking Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I think I said I was going to do for the den, and then maybe do Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday for the sauce, then take off on Saturday. Something like that. Tentative. We'll see what happens. But I'll post something on here. Stay updated. Make sure you follow all the proper social medias. Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter if you want to get updated, because YouTube's not going to give you the notifications. They don't like my channel. All the other good stuff. So with that being said, we're in that thing. Make sure when you're in there, you slide in the voice chat. It'll say the den voice. You'll see all the shit on the side. Make sure you slide in the voice chat so that way you can chop it up. You don't necessarily have to talk. You can ear hustle like Broderick old last. But like I said, that's where we kick it. That's where it goes down. That link right there. I thank all of you for being here. I appreciate all the super chat love, and shout out to Miss Sarah. I saw she sent some Cash App love, so thank you for that, ma'am. Shit, my phone is about to die. I should have charged it before getting on here, right? Would have been smart. But with that being said, man, I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'd be fucking myself up because I got like a light here with the camera over here. So I'll be over here looking like I'm looking at the camera. Oh, this is the fucking light. Camera here. Play as fuck. But with that being said, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for stopping by. Man, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Then, folk, y'all are the greatest. I'm just going to keep talking, and I'm just going to actually stop streaming. I'm just hit the stop streaming button because I really don't have wrap it up thing to say. I need to work on a better outro. I forgot what I used to say. So at some point, I'm just going to